Here's your WNEM TV5 News Update.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chet Davis. One of the top stories we're following tonight. Lawmakers in Lansing have introduced a new bill in response to President Donald Trump sending federal police and the military to Los Angeles and Washington, D.C.
To prohibit the deployment of an armed military force from another state, territory, or district here in Michigan without the governor's approval or a valid, the key word being valid, order from the president. No one's trying to be an alarmist here. No one's trying to scare people or be hyperbolic.
State Representative Lori Pohutsky of Livonia says the bill aims to protect the sovereignty of cities and communities against what the lawmakers call an abuse of power. Supporters say the bill does not expand or limit any existing orders, but codifies federal law into state law, which gives state courts the authority to fight against military or federal troops being sent to Michigan. Lawmakers say the move from the federal government doesn't represent real policing, calling the deployment authoritarianism.
Real policing is about trust, accountability, community partnerships, and it belongs in the hands of local civilian police, not the National Guard or the military. This bill is about protecting Michigan's sovereignty and preserving good policing, not federal invasion based on fabricated claims or excuses for armed outsiders to patrol our neighborhoods.
Lawmakers say right now there's no threat from the federal government to deploy the military to Michigan. Michigan House Republicans have yet to respond to the bill proposed. The Flint Housing Commission hosted a demolition ceremony for the Atherton East apartments. Built back in the 1960s during Flint's urban renewal era, the apartments rehoused those who were displaced by highway construction. The complex has since become unsafe due to its location in a flood zone and lack of resources. Mayor Sheldon Neely says this project is another step in the city's effort to fight blight and redevelop the Vehicle City's neighborhoods.
This project shows where we are. The sounds that you hear, the beeps and the trucks moving right now, that's the sound of progress. That's the sound of Flint moving forward. That's the sound of a soul being placed back into our communities and back into our neighborhoods for our future and for our children.
The site will be converted into a green space to help reduce blight and improve neighborhood safety. Jury selection has started for the Mid-Michigan pastor accused of sex crimes with a child. This afternoon, inside Midland's 42nd District Court, dozens of potential jurors were screened for the trial of former pastor James Randolph. Randolph of Living Word International Church in Midland faces 6 criminal sexual conduct charges. He was arrested in November 2023 after an alleged victim testified that Randolph would touch them at night starting in the 6th grade. Once the jury is selected, the trial will begin, which could happen as soon as tomorrow. Stay with TV5 for updates. Now here's Chris with your first alert forecast.
Jet, we've got temperatures headed towards the 50s tonight. Should be a very pleasant night. And then tomorrow, right around the low to mid 80s for high temperatures. A little cooler near the lakeshore, but overall a beautiful day. If you plan on going to the Allied Challenge, should be the upper 60s early in the day and then upper 70s by the end of it. Winds light and variable. Should be a beautiful day on the course. Your sky tracker shows that clouds are diminishing tonight. Think we get a brief period of clear skies, but then as we go toward tomorrow morning, we will likely have some areas of fog develop. I do think everybody has a chance for that, and I think the northern thumb is especially susceptible, so just plan for the possibility out the door tomorrow morning. Otherwise, winds are generally southwest tomorrow, but could be a bit variable at times if winds get light enough. As we head towards Friday night, we do expect to remain dry, but there will be some showers and thunderstorms that attempt to move back into the region on Saturday, likely going through a bit of a lull during the midday time frame before another flare up in the afternoon and early evening. It looks like those showers and storms will be scattered, so I don't necessarily think it's something that ruins your entire day. Your 7-day forecast shows temperatures will be in the 60s to start next week, but the 70s return pretty quickly on Wednesday and Thursday.
Remember to tune into WNEM TV5 on air and online 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and information.